Welcome to the shop here at Boyd's Brass. This horn is not for sale. Usually I would post a horn for sale, but ironically, before I even got this into the shop, I sold it. Because I was talking to somebody on the phone and I told them this horn came in and they're like, I want it. And they sent me money. So horn's not for sale, but I still wanted to make a video on it before I ship it out to the buyer. This is an mint, essentially mint. It's got a couple tiny scratches. N-Series Elkhart Conn 8D. So this is an actual N-Series horn, and it is absolutely mint. The only thing I've done to this horn is clean it, do some little tiny minor repairs just from it being very old, and it's going to be shipped out. But I wanted to do a quick review on this horn. As you know, I recently did a review on the new Next Gen Series 8D that Conn's producing now. If you're interested, you can see this in the corner of the video here. I pasted a link to it. Really cool video there. But I wanted to do, I don't have time that I wish I did with this horn, but I wanted to do a quick review on it. Play it for you, let you hear the sound, and just let you know what I think of this horn based on my playing of it, and then also compare it as much as I can. I don't have the Next Gen 8D anymore, but compare it as much as I can to that horn. So I thought this would be very interesting. This horn's in immaculate condition. There's a couple tiny imperfections just because it was played. This wasn't necessarily a complete closet clean, but this is a beautiful horn. The valves have super great compression. They're really quick and quiet. I haven't done any work to this horn other than clean it. You know, no valve rebuilds. These are the original valves. I'm going to let you see a few things that I personally have noticed just working on this horn. I picked apart the Next Gen 8D for some build quality things. Ironically, there's a couple things I can pick out on this too. Of course, no horn is going to be perfect. I think this is a fantastic instrument, and it's really exciting to have such a great horn in the shop. First thing I want to note, okay, these valves are fantastic, okay? These feel really good. They're really snappy. They have really good compression. This trigger mechanism is not adjustable like the Next Gen 8D, okay? But it is really nice feeling. Now, I've got a big hand, right? It's going to feel good to me. If you are a smaller person, have smaller hands, you might not find this to be as comfortable. And maybe that's a downside to an Elkhart. It's not adjustable. I could loosen this string and move this in and out some, okay? But overall, much less adjustable than the Next Gen series. A build thing that I noticed right away, if you look straight down the horn here, you can see that the F branch, which is this slide here, does actually protrude out from the horn. To my mind, this should actually be in perfect line with the main tuning slide over here. Okay, but it's not, so it is a little out. A lot of Elkhart 8Ds that I've had are that way. That said, this slide does fit in perfectly. So it may just be that they would build these F branches and some of them would be bent further out and they'd custom make this brace to the horn. It's not under tension, okay? So that's great. It does not sound under tension to me. So great job, Conn, there. I do wish this was lined up. It's not. The bell of this horn, fantastic. The horn sounds amazing. You'll hear when I play this horn just a minute here that I think the sound is superior. I think the playing of this horn is superior to the Next Gen 8D. But we'll get to that in a second. Okay, no water key. Of course, on the Elkharts, it did not have water keys. These can be added if you want it. But the new 8D, as you know, has a water key installed. And the old school 8D does not have an adjustable finger hook, but and the new 8D does. So you can also see that it has a hand guard here, which I think is great for the longevity of the horn. There's one other build quality thing that I feel like I kind of have to pick at with this horn, and that's because I picked on it with the Next Gen 8D. So that's this third valve slide. Okay, if you come down low like this, you can actually see that the left side of it is raised a little tiny bit. It's kind of hard to see on camera. It's not as bad as the Next Gen, but it should be here. It's sitting up, okay? So you can actually see this pretty well from this angle because that third valve slide is popping up. As you can see, this piece of metal here is higher than the rest of the horn, right? And that's just barely, but I picked on it with the next gen. I'm going to pick on it with this horn. Could that be from damage? Yes, but I would think I'd see dents here or something, and I don't. Could be from somebody picking it up too hard here. I don't know. But I just wanted to pick on that really quick, just because I did with the next gen. Does that affect how the horn plays? Not a bit. Some people complain about the build quality of the new horns. Well, here's one of the old ones. There's a little issues with it too. So I would say don't be too hard on Conn for build quality. Yes, improve your build quality. That would be great. Yes, I think the build quality in these Elkharts is superior. That said, it's not perfect. I don't think we should assume they're perfect. They are production horns. That said, they are fantastic production horns. So I just wanted to point that out as well. Are there some improvements on the new 8D? Just, you know, in the way it's designed? Probably, especially for hand comfort. But what do I think is going to be the better horn? Well, let's talk about that after I play it. If you followed my YouTube channel or my website for any amount of time, you know that I have a great affinity for these old 8Ds. I think they're just fantastic horns. Really love their characteristics. What do I find to be the playing characteristics of this particular horn? An original N Series 8D that's really been played very little and has, you know, most of its life is pretty close to mint. Well, let me play it for you first. I'm going to let you hear the low, high, middle registers of the horn. Then I'm going to play some of the Donzi horn sonata in E flat. I've been working on that, so I thought it'd be fun to play it for you. And then I'm going to talk about what I'm feeling with this particular horn. What do I think about this horn? I think it's very smooth. I think it's very easy to center the notes. The high register is not as good as some modern horns. So for instance, my daily driver horn is an Engelbert Schmid. That horn has a high register like a desk hand. Like it's not exactly like a desk hand, but it's just very easy and slots well. It's a bit more work for me on this horn, but maybe that's because I'm used to the Schmid at this point. For an 8D, this is better than the modern one in the high register. I would say it's not quite as smooth as the modern 8D, but it is more free blowing, which I like. The modern 8D took me a little bit of time to get used to. I really liked it after I got used to it. It was very smooth, had a nice sound, but it was not initially free blowing. It's pretty tight horn. This one's more free blowing. And I like that about it, and it is still very smooth. Like if I just play some of the Gliera Concerto. You can hear with the Gliera Concerto, that movement, that part of the first movement, that it is very smooth horn. Okay, so don't get me wrong there. It's a very smooth horn. It's very milky, but it's not quite as smooth as the next gen. Keep in mind, I am using the same mouthpiece. My rim is slightly different. The only difference is that it's not carbon coated, but it's otherwise the exact same setup that I was using with the next gen AD. But I would say if I were to choose one, which would I prefer? I would personally prefer the Elkhart just because it is more free blowing. The sound quality is a little bit better to my imagination. Keep in mind that might be because I maybe have a bias toward an Elkhart AD. So I'll leave that decision up to you, whether or not you agree with me, but I personally think this is a better horn when it comes to playing. But I think the next gen AD, at least the one that I had, has a lot of great features, including the water keys and including the adjustable finger hook and thumb trigger. Those are big advantages to that horn. Plus, you can much more easily get a next gen AD than a mint Elkhart, because these are not made anymore and that is made. So anyways, I'm sorry I didn't have time to review this horn more. I would have loved to. Do love the horn. I think it's fantastic, but it is time to get it to its owner. So thanks for watching. If you're interested in this kind of content, please like and subscribe. That does help my channel. I post French horn content. I sell horns, so if you're ever looking for a used horn, all of those get posted on my channel. I also show repair things here and there, just kind of whatever comes across my shop, and I think that's interesting. I put it on YouTube. So like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.